Man United questioned over two weird summer deals. One denied Amorim the real signing he needed. Manchester United have been scolded over the strange decision to bring in three new forwards this summer, with one former star branding one of the signings weird and another having suggested INEOS massively blundered by not focusing on strengthening elsewhere instead. The Red Devils were in need of some fresh faces after an utterly dismal season saw them finish in an all-time low 15th in the Premier League last time out. Having also lost the Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspur, the 2025-25 season became only the second time in 35 years that Manchester United has missed out on some form of European football. Despite the troubles the club find themselves in, United's appeal had certainly not faded, as three hefty signings in attack would testify. And with Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko all arriving for combined fees of around £203.5 million, €234 million, and $273 million, big things are now expected of their new-look frontline. However, results continue to remain patchy, and the signing of all three forwards ultimately denied United the financial muscle to complete what many observers felt was the more pressing issue, a new number 6 to add control and poise to the base of their midfield. Having brought in powerful Slovenian frontman Sesko last of all, legendary former goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel has labeled the signing weird, suggesting Rasmus Højlund was more than capable of scoring goals with Cunha and Mbeumo behind him, and that his previous drought only stemmed from poor service. Echoing what Paul Scholes had said earlier this week, Schmeichel told BBC Sports' Sacked in the Morning podcast, "The signing of Sesko was a bit weird to me. We had Højlund, starved of service for 2 years. You only need to see what he is doing now at Napoli with Kevin De Bruyne and Scott McTominay to play with. I have consistently said Højlund will be a 25-goal-a-season striker, but he needs service. At the time, we brought in Cunha and Mbeumo in, players who would give Højlund first-class service. We spent £70 million or so on Sesko, but we don't have that number 6 we should have. Man U desperately needed a new quality midfielder. With Amorim largely using Bruno Fernandes, somewhat out of position, and the aging Casemiro in his 3-4-2-1 formation, there have been question marks raised over the quality of the pair's stamina there to truly take control of Premier League games. And while Fernandes' qualities are not in question, he is clearly best suited to a much more advanced role. 3 wins and 3 defeats in their opening 7 games certainly hints that those inconsistencies will remain. One player United are strongly interested in is Carlos Baleba, and while inquiries were made at the back end of the window, Brighton's demands for a fee of £100 million plus made his signing impossible for United if they were to remain within the confines of PSR. Instead, Baleba is one of 2 targets in midfield, and it seems United do have a new top target there for the January window. But, as everyone knows, the winter window is a tough one to do business in, with fees often inflated owing to clubs' unwillingness to trade their best and most important stars mid-season. Former star Owen Hargreaves also thinks United missed a trick not adding a new holding midfielder, also lamenting the use of Bruno Fernandes in a deeper role. I appreciate you needed more goals. They have thought more goals will get us higher up the table than, say, a world-class goalkeeper. But actually, you have the best number 10 in the division with Cole Palmer, and you drop him deeper because you want someone to play through midfield because you have Cunha and Mbeumo. So why didn't you just sign a central midfielder to play there and let Bruno do his thing with Cunha and Mbeumo? Then a goalkeeper. It would have fixed a lot of issues. Latest Man United news. Worrying Bruno Fernandes exit claims. France spearhead linked. Amid claims United are less than thrilled with Sesko's start, reports in Spain claim they are now tracking one of Italy's most expensive current stars to further pep up their attack next year. Alternatively, United are also being linked to a move to sign the striker who recently started up front for France in their most recent international, though our sources have suggested he may not be as liked as suggested. Amid claims Fernandes is suffering in silence at his role, a new report claims the midfielder will be open to leaving Old Trafford next summer, and the club's plan to replace the Portuguese isn't what you might expect.